So, hi there, guys. It's been a while. Basically, it's a quick catch-up meeting with Deidre from Wild and Free. My name is Arnu, Deidre's husband, and we haven't been active on social media or on the YouTube channels for quite a while. So, this meeting is just quickly to give you some background on what happened. Deidre, you've been gone for a while. Where were you? What happened?
Well, it was, I was busy with building a new rehab center. We've moved
Yeah.
to a new place. And I had to start this new place from the ground up. You were nothing at all. It was just pristine bush. As far as I can, as far as my information comes from Dr. Willem, uh, it was untouched bushveld for 30 years. So
Mm.
yeah, so I had to tame a little bit, but we kept most of the trees, everything, because I don't want to disturb the ecosystem here.
Mm.
But yeah, it took us 9, 10 months to rebuild. No small task. A lot of sleepless nights, keeping to the budget. Yeah, no. To tell you the truth, will I do it again? I think I'm getting too old. I'll leave it for the youngsters. This one is my forever home, and I think I'll stay here. And I'm in love with the place. It's on Macario's farm, and one thing that stays with me is Makarios means in Greek abundantly blessed. And I can tell you, I've been abundantly blessed with my partners, the Vitali family. Just amazing. Yeah. Wild and Free is abundantly blessed.
So tell me a bit about the partners who helped you get all of this done.
It was We Wild Africa, Derek. Thank you, Derek. And it was Over and Above Africa, Kerry from Over and Above Africa. And then the Vitali family that
Mm.
helped us. That's why our two clinics, it's container clinics that we refurbished. Our investors, no, not investors, actual partners. I don't like to call them investors. They actual fact partners. It is We Wild Africa, Derek from We Wild Africa. It's Kerry Davis from Over and Above Africa, and then the Vitali family. They saved our butts. Let
Mm.
me say that.
Mm.
That's why our two clinics, it's a refurbished containers, is going to be called Vitali Clinic Wildlife Center. And
Mm.
yeah, I'm honored to call our two clinics this because if it wasn't for them Over and Above and We Wild Africa, we wouldn't have been able to do what we do. And the nicest thing is we're completely off the grid. Robert Vitali helped us a lot putting the solar system together, our needs, and so we know exactly what we need, and yeah, so
Yeah, we were very
thank you, Robert,
underspec.
for that. And yeah, we're completely off the grid, so we go green. The entire
Mm.
rehab is go green. We have gone green.
Excellent. So you've told us a bit about Robert and Janice and the famous clinic that carries their name. And then Kerry Davids from Over and Above Africa. Have you got some
Yeah.
info on her?
Yeah, Kerry Davis, she's a world-renowned director, documentary maker. Um, Now, like I said, I've got family overseas. This the Vitali family and Kerry, and yeah, so she's well known in America. She's busy with an amazing documentary, which I can't wait to see. It's Open Secret. I
Mm.
saw a little bit of it, and
Mm.
she she helps animals, but her heart is with animals and humans, and that's what makes her so special. And I think in my first life, she was my sister. We've got exactly the same uh, 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 ethos and helping humans, communities around us, animals. And yeah, no, I can't wait for Open Secret, Kerry. Can't wait for it.
It's going to be good.
And yeah, and then Derek from We Wild Africa, he helped. They've been my partners now for 3 years, and yeah, I can't say enough thank you. And yeah, a lot of advice, especially business processes, and um, from
Big picture
Derek and
thinking.
Arnu.
Big,
And yeah, one thing that Robert said to me when we just started and we were talking, so they can see if he wants to be a partner with Wild and Free, he said to me, Deidre, you think small, think big, think big. And when I started thinking big, things happened. And yeah, thank you for the advice, Robert. I really appreciate it. Now I'm finished with one thing, and then I said, okay, my project isn't finished. I don't think I will be ever be finished with this project, because the next thing is finished, and then it's like, okay, let's do this, let's do that. So yeah, it keeps me young. Let me say that.
Talking about keeping you young, where's our beautiful daughter? Is she there?
She will be finished now. She's just feeding a baby bat.
Okay. So plans for the future?
Plans for the future is definitely carnival cages. We get a lot of escapees from the Kruger lions, and all of them goes to Dr. Quibusraad, and they are running out of space. And the problem is that they have to stay for a little while, because you have to have permits to put them back into the Kruger or relocate them. So that takes a little while. So I would love for them to help them out in that regard. And then vulture enclosure, vulture or big raptor enclosure, or aviary. That's definitely in the future. And a big boma. I've already drawn up plans for the big boma, and yeah, it's going. I've got 3 hectares here available to me, and I think I only use 5% of the 3 hectares.
Less.
At
Less
least,
than that.
yeah. So I can go big or go home. So I don't want to go home. I want to go big, bigger, and make Wild and Free world renowned, and do all
Yes.
species, as much as we can, because at the end is we work to one thing goal. It's rescue, rehabilitate, and release. All our animals coming to the wildlife center will be released. We quarantine area. We're not open to the public because we quarantine. And one thing is, as soon as you've got public walking around your cages, those animals get domesticated, and you can't release domesticated animals. They just land in trouble, and then all our animals has to be wild. So it's no to limited human contact at all times. But when they're babies, sorry, when they're babies, um, you have to give them the attention that the mom gives them. It's like I think bush babies. If you've got only one, you have to groom, do everything what mom does, until it starts picking up itself. It goes to an enclosure, then limited, no human contact, and hopefully you get another 2 or 3 in, which can join him. If he's on his own, usually what I do is I reach out to other rehab centers that's got the same ethos as Wild and Free, rescue, rehabilitate, and release. And here, if they maybe have a family group, and then we transfer them to that family group. We can't release them on their own. They will not survive. So it's all about the animal and what's best for the animal, and our release protocols has to stay on par, because all this hard work that we've done and you don't follow proper release protocols, then it's all for nothing.
Yeah, I hear you. And I see you've got some medical equipment behind you. Tell us, you have a clinic, right? What equipment?
Sorry?
What equipment do you have in the clinic?
Oh, we've got a fully, thank you to the Vitalis and over and above. We've got a fully equipped wildlife veterinarian ER clinic. We've got X-rays. We've got anesthesia. It's fully equipped. Doc Piet is on retainer to Wild and Free. And once again, thank you over and above for the retainer that they're paying to Doc Piet. And yeah, so we will have a vet on call permanently. Doc Piet will come in as soon as we've got animals coming in now. He will come in the morning, make sure the animals are fine, go through the enclosures, make sure the animals are fine in the enclosures. If we've got medical emergency, we've got a vet here, we've got x-rays here, we've got anesthesia machine here to do operations, emergency operations, which is vital to pull those animals through. So yeah, no, we can help animals immediately. Yeah.
That's excellent.
Yeah,
Really, really
and
good.
then of course we've got it's separate. We've got two containers, two clinic containers. One is we call it Doc Piet clinic. That's where all the anesthesia and X-rays and stuff like that will happen, and the recovery will be in this container if it's small animals, and they need special care like ICU. So they will be here and the babies will be here so that they can be round the clock checked. And yeah, so there's two containers. We can't keep animals in Doc Piet's clinic because it has to stay
sterile.
Yeah, it has to. We can't keep animals in Doc Piet's clinic because it has to stay sterile at all times. So all of them comes here, and definitely future, another clinic for because tell you the truth is, think big. Thank you, Robert. Going to grow exponentially. So yeah, there's always growth and clinics and yeah, just to accommodate more animals because every rehab center has a quantity that you can take in. And 2 years ago, when I was in Hector Spruit, we got a lot of animals in, and I had to at times show them away because we're bursting out of our seams. So this time, I don't want to do that. So we will grow as the animals need our help. Another thing that I want to put out is if we put animals on Facebook and ask for help and stuff like that, please remember we mourn the mom's lost. Usually the mom is hurt or the mom is killed or hit by a car. That's always bad. We always try to get babies back with moms. Always. We don't try and take them in. If the mom's there, we will try our utmost to get those babies back to their moms because moms knows best. And survival with mom is much better than coming into the rehab center and trying to figure out what's wrong or look after it and then go through the entire process of rehabilitating and then releasing. So you take away, say, a year, 2 years out of that animal's life, whereby you can, if you can reunite it with mom, it's wild and free, and that's how it should be. And that animal can start living from the beginning as a wild animal. So we always try to get it back with mom, if possible.
So tell me, you said you don't want to do this again. What was one of the more challenging things of building the rehab? What was difficult?
The most challenging was just there was a lot. It's phases, and have your dates. Try and keep to your dates. Which phase comes next? And remember, I'm not a builder, so I've learned a lot. So it's like learning new jargon and building jargon and trying to understand what builders trying to tell you, because you have to go back to that budget and explain to that budget or put your numbers in and explain it. If there is questions, you have to explain it to the people. So you have to understand the entire process, phase 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and what's going on. So you have to, that was quite difficult for me, and keep to the dates. Yeah, so and setting out where does everything goes, because you've got this plan, and then okay, the clinics is going here, and then suddenly you see, okay, it's on a slope. So what you do then you have to change everything around. So that was challenging. I'm lying. I think if I get another project like that, it will go much easier, and maybe I'll take it on. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. You never know.
But as you visualized it, it turned out, right?
Yes, exactly. When Over and Above says, go ahead, we will be your partners, I had this idea in my head. And even a dream. I had a dream one night, how everything must look. And it looks exactly to the T, to the color I wanted. Everything. And it's amazing. It's everything. I had to change a little bit, just structure, where it stands, but this was the dream that I had. And yeah, and we kept to it. And now I'm very excited. Very, very excited.
Okay, excellent. So basically, just a final word. I think we want to say thanks a lot
Yes,
to our partners again. Thank you so
yes.
much.
Yeah, our partners, guys, if it wasn't for you guys that saw the value in Wild and Free and what we can do and achieve, we wouldn't have been here. We couldn't make it on our own. That's impossible. No one, no rehab center will be able, or working with wildlife or non-profit, will be able to make it on their own. It's impossible. If it wasn't for you guys, we wouldn't have had this. So thank you, We Wild Africa, the Aspinall Foundation, Over and Above Africa, and Vitali family. Thank you, thank you, thank you, guys. I really appreciate it. And tomorrow, when it's better weather, luckily we've got rain, I'll take you through the rehab.
That's going to be excellent. Really looking forward to seeing that.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was great. We'll chat
Yes, to
soon.
me.
Oh, it's to me actually done. Hello, to me. What have you been busy with? Introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Tumi Ubad, and I'm helping my mom with the rehab and volunteering and looking after animals for the school holiday.
And how long have you been a volunteer at Wild and Free?
Since I can remember, maybe since I was like 8 years old, maybe, yeah.
And your favorite animal?
In it.
Favorite animal?
Oh, I like bats. I love bats.
Yeah. Okay.
Any kind of bat?
Any bat, except a fruit bat.
Why?
They don't look cute. I like house bats and yeah, tiny.
Okay, cool. So, ladies, you're going to shoot us some footage of the rehab, and then we'll wrap all of this up. Thank you for your time, and we'll talk soon. Enjoy your day.
Bye.